So we are doing agriculture. Let us quickly revise what did we do in the last lecture. We were doing point number 5. What is point number 5? Can we recollect what is point number 5? Issues with direct and indirect farm subsidies. Then and MSP, minimum support price, PDS, objectives, functioning, limitations, revamping, issues of buffer stock and food security, technology missions and economics of animal rearing. Yes or no? Very good, right? We saw issues with direct and indirect farm subsidy. We saw which were the types of subsidies. Mainly we spent a lot of time on discussing fertilizer subsidies because they are special and they are creating some issues. We saw that there are two types of fertilizer subsidies. One is nutrient based subsidy and one is urea subsidy. Urea based subsidy is highly controlled. Nutrient based subsidy is also controlled in an indirect fashion because the subsidy is given to the fertilizer company and then they are given freedom to price it. Then we saw the article of Indian Express how fertilizer subsidies work, right? Then we also saw how the pricing is done. We also saw that farmers buy at maximum retail price or MRP and then we buy at market prices which are most often higher than the MRP. Then we saw what were the issues with subsidies, they cause inflation. We also spoke about minimum support price, MSP. We told how is MSP calculated. We told who calculate, or we saw who calculates MSP. Okay, it is CACP. Then we saw what are the factors they take into consideration while calculating MSP. What are the three types of costs they calculate, A2, A2 plus FL, C2. Then we also saw that the government is currently giving 1.5 times of A2 plus FL. But MS Swaminathan, National Committee of Farmers, National Commission on Farmers had recommended C2 plus something, right? So that those all things we have to keep in mind. We have discussed various issues relating to MSP also. We have discussed that MSP has only 4 things, or very less basket have rice, wheat, kerosene, sugar, etc. But there are no pulses, coarse cereal. Some states give pulses. So the good thing about MSP is that over and above that, states also add their own toppings. Apart from all these things, we will give you some pulses also, right? Then we also saw buffer stock. Buffer stock is maintained by principally three agencies. One is FCI, second is NAFED, and third is SFAC. We saw that buffer stock mein kya problem hai. Mainly the issues with FCI are the problems with buffer stock, right? We also have a buffer stock. Apart from buffer stock, we also have strategic reserves. Okay, we have strategic reserves for pulses. Mainly for pulses, we have strategic reserve. Then we also saw what is OMSS, open market sale policy, which is liquidation of stocks, right? Then how is inventory management a problem in FCI, Food Corporation of India? All that is done, and now we come to the final related topic, PDS, MSP, these are all related topics. We come to the final of this chain, which is food security. See, this directly correlates to your point number 14 also, okay? So food security is mentioned in point 5 of GS3 and it is also mentioned in point 14 of GS2, poverty and hunger, okay? The social aspect of it, how hunger is to be cured, or nutritional security, all of that majorly comes here. We will discuss the economic aspects of it. We will discuss how to make sure that the food reaches the people, that is economics, and what will happen when food reaches people. Health will improve, so many things, children will grow healthier, that all is covered in GS2. Okay, so this is it's a very comprehensive topic. And when we discuss in the future lectures, when we discuss poverty ka economic aspect I will tell you, but social aspect would be covered in point number 14 because it is poverty and hunger. Is it okay? Is it clear? Very good. ठीक है, चलो. So now food security. What do you understand by food security? What do you think food security means? Food security means what? Food security means, can I say having access to food, availability, access to food, right? Is access the only criteria to ensure food security? What else? Think and tell if you want to write or if you want to speak on food security. What comes to your mind when we think of food security? What comes to your mind? What do you think comes to your mind when we speak about food security? Access or availability? Availability भी ले लो कि available है but you cannot access, वो भी problem है. Availability. Then what else? It should be affordable. accessibility, availability, affordability, all of these. See, food security मतलब क्या? Food security doesn't mean that you have to prevent the crops from damage. ये वो नहीं है. Food security means the population of India should have enough food for the requirements. Food security. What do you understand by income security? कि हाँ, I have some income, I am doing a job, I get my monthly salary, that is my income. That is income security. Yes or no? When we speak about food security, we think or we say that food should be there for everyone as per their own needs. ठीक है? The poorest of the poor should not sleep hungry at night. That is the ultimate aim. Yes or no? So there is an international organization. It is a part of UN called as Food and Agriculture Organization. UPSC का favorite है. It is known as FAO. When you do international organizations, all will come together. Food and Agriculture Organization. Its headquarters is in Rome. ठीक है? Food and Agriculture Organization. They deal with aspects of food security. They deal with aspects of global food hunger or global hunger. ठीक है? So they have defined food security, and that is the definition you will write in mains. That is the definition you have to write everywhere where you have to answer subjective questions. You can use your own definition. You can if you come across a new definition in newspaper or anything, you can use that, no doubt. I will give you one standard definition. Look at the words, and that definition is very comprehensive. We'll cover every word of that definition, and हो गया food security. Then we'll see India में क्या है to ensure food security. ठीक है? Simple. So food security is defined as, what is food security? Ultimately, what is food security? What is food security defined as? What is food security? Food security is defined as a situation. You can write as a situation. Okay, it's a situation. It's a situation that exists. It's a situation that exists when, I love this definition. Huh? It's a situation that exists when all people at all times. See, in my teaching, I will never give you boring statistics. We are this, we are that, we are growing at this. Some statistics will be necessary, but other than that, you will find in books statistics. My lectures, I will always tell you the issues which are there. You remember in agriculture, we are discussing only the issues. What are the issues with electricity subsidy? What are the issues with fertilizer subsidy? Okay, that is what is required by UPSC. See, statistics and all are there in books. You will read, you will by heart, you will memorize. वो तो कोई भी कर लेगा. ठीक है? In a question where we analyze a question of 2-3 parts, the least weightage we give to the question where it is asked in a school level, right? Define this. Very easy. You can define that. What are the issues? What is the significance? How does it affect XYZ? That is what we are trying to analyze. Situation that exists when all people at all times have access. ठीक है? But what? All people at all times have physical, social, economic access. Physical, social, economic access. We are going very slow now. These words are very important. Physical, social, economic access. Are you understanding this definition? Physical, social, economic access. To what? What do you think? Access to what? Access to what? Food? What kind of food? What kind of food? Anything? Trans fats. What kind of food? To safe and nutritious food. बराबर? Safe and nutritious both. It should be safe. If it is only nutritious but not safe, क्या करेंगे? We'll die after eating. Safe and nutritious food that meets, safe and nutritious food that meets, safe and nutritious food that meets what? Their needs. ठीक है? If I tell you you have to eat bitter gourd, Karela for 6 months, will you eat it? It is nutritious, it is safe, will you eat it? No. So too, that meets what? That meets your dietary needs. Dietary needs, suppose you need Karela, suppose. But what? That meets, see, this is very interesting topic, this is very relatable, this is very like history polity. You can see food hai, you can see actually food shortage and all. Okay? So forget about economics and all those hawa mein concepts, fiscal deficit, all of those things. Now we are in agriculture. That meets what? Dietary needs and very important, food preferences. What do you like to eat? This is the definition given by FAO of food security. We are doing the definition. And food preferences. For what? For an active and healthy life. समझा ये? For an active and healthy life. It's a very good definition. It covers almost all aspects. This is very important. At all times you should have access. Everyone should have access. All people, all times. But what kind of access? See, if you are staying in a rural area, if you have a lot of money, but food is not coming to your place, what is the use? You should have physical access. Okay? You are, let's say, of a so-called lower caste, people of villages. You know, we have caste system, very bad problem in India. People of upper caste are not allowing you to eat food. You are rich, you are richer than them, but they are not allowing you to eat food. Social access, and ultimately money hona chahiye to buy food. Economic access. To what? To safe and nutritious food. So you cannot say that poor cannot afford pizza, so you don't have food security. You cannot say that. Can poor afford basic food which will satisfy his calorie requirements, will satisfy his basic day-to-day requirements? Yes, then there is food security. You cannot say a poor person is not able to afford a pizza or a burger. That is not food insecurity. Food security means, is the food that he has access to safe? Yes. Dal, rice, roti, sabzi, he has safe. Is it nutritious? Definitely it is nutritious. Now safe means what? Do you know adulteration? Adulteration nahi hona chahiye. His dal should not be polished. It should not be, it should not contain arsenic. You know, normally dals are often laced with arsenic and traces of arsenic and all. They give dal a shine. Okay? Polished. Safe. Sir, arsenic is radioactive. How do we eat it? So it is diluted and obviously it is very trace elements mein it is present, but it is present. Nutritious food hona chahiye. Okay? No pizza, burger. That is not food security. If you give all the poor burgers, that is not food security. Food security is they should be healthy. So try to realize the concept of food security first, and then we'll do our usual. What are the issues? See, by now I bet you can list 5 issues with food security in India. Poor people don't have access. Isme se you can remove 5 points. Yes or no? So once you do this, see, tomorrow if UPSC asks a question, how should we solve food security? Your answer will begin, we should intervene to ensure physical security, social security, economic security. Oh, UPSC is happy. How are you writing this answer? Right? This is smart work. Again, I am telling you, come out of books. What question will be asked by UPSC will not be covered by books directly. You have to use whatever you have to make it relevant and write it. So you have this definition. Almost any question on food security can be solved through this. Obviously, you will need specifics. How to provide physical access. So you will say, now you tell me, How will you provide physical access to food in remote areas? If I give you a question, how do you ensure that? What you are government, you see that in rural areas there is a village, two, three homes are there, and beach mein there is a valley, there is a mountain and everything. How will you reach food there? They live in isolated areas, they are tribal people, they are happy in their own community. How will you ensure food reaches there? What will you do? Then you will have to think about transport cost, then you will have to think about fuel, vehicle cost, you will have to think about opening a PDS shop there, you will have to think about internet connectivity to the shop there because entitlement and all. Then you will have to think about educating them how to take the food and all. Physical access. Okay, 5 point we discussed here only live, right? So whenever you are reading every word, or at least in my lectures, I try to keep my lectures to the bare minimum essentials. I will never tell you something, or very rarely I'll tell you something which is very fringe and as are not so important, because that is all there everywhere in NCERT, in books, that is there. You will study that, you have to study that. Whatever I tell is the bare minimum, is the core, is the heart of it. Remember we started banking with NPA chapter, NPA thing directly, twin balance sheet, we saw the core. This is the core. Physical, social. Okay? Nutritious food, obviously nutritious. Now how do you define who needs what? Do we need same nutrition? Do people in rural and urban areas need same nutrition or different nutrition? Rural areas mein people are engaged in physical labor more. Urban areas people do desk jobs more. Right? So different nutrition is there for different kind of people. Do you think women and men need same nutrition or different nutrition? Children and adults need same nutrition or different nutrition? Young and old needs same nutrition or different nutrition? Are you getting how we are dividing? This is how you divide and this is how you reach the ground level. So whenever you are thinking of solving any issue, tomorrow you will be an officer. You are not studying this to clear an exam. This is what you have to do as an officer also. Tomorrow when you are asked by, let's say, a senior bureaucrat or a minister how to solve the problem of food security, you should break it down to as many distinguishable parts as possible. Food security is a very big issue. First, we have to ensure physical access, we have to ensure social access, we have to ensure economic access, we have to ensure access to women and children, we have to ensure access to physically disabled, yes or no? They are known as differently abled or Divyang in India, right? They have a problem in physical access, don't you agree? Right? They wheelchair bound or someone cannot walk. How do you ensure food reaches him? He cannot go to the food. Even if the shop is baju mein uske, he cannot go. Then you have to ensure food reaches him. Always keep in mind. So this has to be studied in tandem with GS2 social justice. Because in GS2 social justice, you will study about these people. So vulnerable sections mein ye sab aate hain. Elderly people, women, children, then those who are in hazardous occupations, all those people, those who are differently abled, all those people are, they come in vulnerable section. So how would you ensure food security for them? That is the question. Yes or no? Okay? That meets dietary needs. Obviously, it should meet dietary need, very important. But also food preference. Ye bhi to important hai. If I tell you to eat dal rice every day for next 10 months, khatam ho jaoge, right? You will stop eating after a point of time. Preference bhi to hona chahiye, right? But this is, do you notice this is the last leg of the definition? Because preferences come at very last. And for food preference, some income is required because everyone likes to eat Maggi or junk food, but they come costly. And I'm thinking from a rural point of view. Maggi is not costly for us, but Maggi doesn't meet dietary needs. Maggi is not at all nutritious. Maggi is not even safe after a certain point of time, right? Food preferences should also be made. Food preferences means what? Have you heard the term food preferences? Did anyone ask you, sir, what would you prefer? Which kind of meal would you prefer? What exactly do we mean by food preferences? Mainly it is veg, non-veg. Okay, you travel in train, they ask you veg meal, non-veg meal, right? And for those who are Jains and those who don't eat onion and garlic, their food preference is different, right? For those who are vegans, their food preference is different. For those who are on keto diet, their food preference is different. So many diets are there. Okay, acid, kya hai wo? Alkaline diet. So many different types of diets are there now. For an active and healthy life, barabar, this is also important. So burger, pizza, everything will not fall under food security. Why? Because they don't contribute to active and healthy life. See, they are safe up to a level. They are nutritious also. See, nutritious doesn't mean healthy always. Is pizza nutritious? Yes. It has energy and all, but it doesn't have a balanced nutrition. It has lot of fats. Fats are required by the body. Is it nutritious? Yes. But it is not nutritious in a balanced manner. It doesn't have all the nutrition. Okay, empty calories है. So because if you eat a veg pizza, you will get vegetables also, you will get cheese also. So fat is taken care of, calcium is taken care of, your proteins or carbs are taken care of, but major problem is with cheese and maida, and that has empty calories, carbs bhar ke hai, and they are what? Simple carbohydrates. Simple carbohydrates get converted into sugar directly. Complex carbohydrates take time, energy is absorbed, and then remaining is converted into sugar. Okay? So all these things you will study in poverty and hunger and in GS3 में biotechnology में ये सब आता है, trans fats and all of those things, right? Did you understand the definition first? Can we by heart this here only lecture में खत्म कर दे? Can we do this? Food security is a situation that exists. पहले तो is a situation. Starting में we should not make any mistake. It's a situation that exists. When what? When all people, not people, all people at all times have what kind of access? Physical, social, economic access to what? Safe and nutritious food. Which kind of food? That meets their dietary needs and food preferences. For what? For an active and healthy life. Okay, can we try once more? It's okay if we make mistakes. Food security is a situation wherein all people at all times have physical, social, economic access to what kind of food? Safe and nutritious food that meets what? Their dietary needs and preferences, food preferences. Okay, for what? For an active and healthy life. Is it clear? This is food. See, this is how you prepare every syllabus point of GS 1, 2, 3. Syllabus point hai, like it is mentioned in the syllabus. By heart the definition. You know what this has done? Every 15 marker question on food security you can start with this. Yes or no? This is how you do smart work. Every 15 marker question start with this. Food security. Food security is a situation that exists when. Food security is a situation that exists when all people at all times have physical, social, economic access to what? To safe and nutritious food that meets their dietary needs and food preferences for what? An active and healthy life. Done. Your introduction to any answer is done. 10 marker mein you might cut short this definition because less space is there. This is a big definition. How many words? 1, 2, 3. Food security is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. 35. And in a 10 marker you will have to write answers for 150 words. So 150 में से 35 तो यही ले गया. So take care. But yes, in 250 words, 15 marker, you can definitely use this. Is it clear? Now you only tell me, we will not make any list, you only tell me, does India have food security? Does India have food security? Not at all. Do you think India's poor get all this fancy stuff? No. All people to nahi hai. Who has food security in India? The relatively richer people, relatively. Okay? I am not saying super rich. Even normal middle class, lower middle class also have food security. Na? At least they eat 2 meals a day, basically. Do people have food security at all times? COVID happened, job lost, food security gone. Right? Let's say someone who is employed on a seasonal basis. ठीक है, तो उसका season is, let's say, harvest season. What about other months? What will he do? No food security, no source of income. Physical access. We discussed physical access ka elements. What do you think can be the problems to physical access of food? See, this is brainstorming. You cannot write everything down and revise everything. This is all brainstorming. This is what we do in my lectures. What do you think can be the issues with physical access? What problems can you think? Remote area में है, transport is an issue, terrain is an issue. If it is on a mountain, then no matter how much money you put in, it is very difficult. See, if you go to Ladakh or mountainous regions, there you will find chocolates, Lays, Maggi costlier than what we have here. Okay? So for example, a 10 rupee packet of Lays will be sold for 20 rupees there because of transport cost. Okay? See, there is a mountain, suppose Ladakh, valley है Ladakh, and let's say एक mountain के ऊपर यहाँ पे there is a hill station, यहाँ पे you go, there are various sellers, you know, they sell tea and coffee and Maggi and snacks and all. There if you go and buy Lays, chances are that it will be sold for double the cost. So what they tell is that they all of them contribute and then they order one truck of Maggi. So that truck only for them comes from the nearest warehouse of Nestle or whatever. They have to pay for the truck. So that is why to recover the cost, they have to double the price. Okay? Don't expect Maggi and Lays and all these products to distribute till the very end. क्योंकि उनका भी लॉस है ना, they will distribute in cities, villages also, but not hilly regions because truck. So physical में और क्या हो सकता है? Disability, ठीक है, wheelchair bound, disease bound. There are some people who cannot move, right? So they need access. So when we are writing answers, we have to think about all these things, and we have to think about the economic aspects of all these things. Social, what are the problems? Social discrimination हो सकता है. What else? What else? I'll tell you one very controversial thing. I'll tell you. First thing, what are the problems with social food security? What do you think are the problems with social food security? Do you know in some traditions, African traditions, even in India in some religions, long fasting is expected, long. 30 days तक fast करो. Social access नहीं है. Because of social customs, norms, rituals, you don't have access. Right? ठीक है? This is a very controversial topic, but yes, we are not socialists here. We are not culturalists here. We are economists here. So economically food security problem होता है because of social norms. See, to be able to think without bias when we are studying economics is the biggest challenge you will have. Right? Big Pharma, I told you in trips, Big Pharma. Why do they not reduce prices? Because it doesn't make sense economically. And economically, I agree with them. Socially, I don't agree with them. See, this bifurcation is very important in your answers also. You know, I'll tell you, in some of the interviews, I have given various interviews, job ke liye and government exams. In one of the interview, I was asked that you are going to do UPSC after becoming a CA, or you have done UPSC after becoming a CA. Don't you think you have done injustice to your profession? That was asked to me. Because, you know, you did CA, you gave 5 years to the course, and then after that you are again going for UPSC. Don't you think you are doing injustice to your profession? That was the question which was asked. Now, normally an answer would be, ki suppose let's say you are also a doctor, or you are whatever degree you have done, you are an engineer. If you are doing UPSC after engineering, the same question applies. Don't you think you are doing injustice to your profession? Now the common answer is ki we are not finding jobs, that is why we are doing UPSC. That is not the case. I am asking you, why are you doing UPSC? Or my question is, aren't you doing injustice to your profession, whatever your graduation is? You can do post-graduation in that profession, you can do PhD, or you can work. Aren't you doing injustice to your profession? That was the question which was asked. Normally our answer would be no, because I am going for nation building, I am going for Desh Seva. This is a very hated word in UPSC also, Desh Seva. UPSC panelists don't like. They say ki, everyone is here for doing Desh Seva only. Even those who are earning profits, they are also doing Desh Seva, na, economics. If private corporations make profit, then they will pay higher taxes, then government can feed the poor. Yes or no? They are also doing Desh Seva indirectly. So normally our answer would be ki, no, I want to go for building nation. I will use my engineering expertise or CA expertise or my graduation for UPSC civil service and all. I'm not saying my answer is very good. I'm just saying my answer was very spontaneous. I said, yes, I agree, I did injustice to my profession. Or I'm going to do injustice to my profession. If I'm going to study full time for UPSC and leave CA job, I am going to do injustice to my profession. But I am doing justice to myself. Profession को हो रहा है injustice. I agree. I could have been a very good CA in these 5 years. And if I set up my own practice, if I did not do UPSC, I would have grown a lot. Right? So the thing is, you have to bifurcate and think from various angles. So from a profession angle, yes, I did injustice. From a personal angle, no, I did not do. That is very important. समझ में आ रहा है? Are you getting this? Are you feeling this? That is important. ठीक है. Social access. I hope untouchability is a very big issue in India. Untouchability, social access stop हो जाता है. Economic access, everyone knows, very simple. Poor है, no job, less salary, economic access. To safe and nutritious food. What are the problems with safety? Food adulteration, right? Cheap quality, milk and water being adulterated. Now imagine you are feeding an infant milk. So till 6 months, it feeds on breast milk of the mother. But after 6 months, you have to start giving him outside milk also, cow milk or whatever. Imagine that is adulterated with water. Will he get nutrients? Okay? For us, it is fine. We don't need that much of nutrients. Now our body is capable of fighting off germs. But baby, he needs growth. Nutritious. What are the issues in nutrition? Tell me. Junk food. Junk food. The concept of fast food. Chinese. Empty calories. Okay? They have little bit nutrition in them. There is no doubt. Every food is nutritious. But is it required for you or is it completely fulfilling your requirement? Right? What else? Nutrition में और क्या issue है? Trans fats. Have you heard of trans fats? Trans fats are those fats which are unhealthy for your body. So they are found in some ice creams. They are found in some not unhygienically, but immorally prepared foods. Trans fats. Basically, trans fats preserve the food for a long time. So have you ever seen a roadside samosa vendor or vada pav vendor, or even medu vada, idli medu vada? They heat the oil again and again. Yes or no? So in the morning they pour oil in the kadai and even hotels do that, not only roadside. In the morning they pour oil in the kadai, they heat the kadai, they fry, they turn off the gas. Once the 10-15 samosas are sold, they again fresh batch. What do you think they will do? Will they use new oil or same oil? Same oil. One oil is reheated 10 times. If oil remains, it will be again removed from the container and next day same will be used. Yes or no? In science, you will learn that this is most harmful for the body. Reheating of oil. It oxidizes. Okay? It forms bad molecules in the oil. That is also nutritious. That means dietary needs, obviously needs of everyone is different. Everyone ka need is different, yes or no? So for a person who is working in an urban corporate job, his dietary needs would be more of more of proteins and more of vegetables because he's not doing exercise, so he's accumulating fats in his body. So to balance that, he has to. But for example, someone who is working in a field, a farmer, he needs fats, he needs carbohydrates because he's spending that much energy. Or a bodybuilder, he needs everything. Sabka needs is different. Food preferences. Obviously, whatever you like, you have to be able to get. Right? If you see, now it is so easy. In fact, online food ordering has made food preference very easy. But it has overdone it, if you agree with me. People are ordering food when they are not hungry also. है ना? You open an app, you see 60% off, 50% off. Nowadays, 60% off is going on, up to 120 rupees. You say, I can order 1 milkshake, 2 milkshake. But you don't need, you are not hungry, you are not thirsty, but still order kar lete. You meet a friend, let's order something. This culture is very bad, trust me. Since 3 years, you must have seen. Before 5 years, itna kuch nahi tha, hai na? We used to call up restaurants and order. And wo bhi kaisa, when friends used to meet, when family used to meet, that time we used to order food from outside. Now ordering is like an everyday affair. People order food 3 times a day, every day. Okay? Very bad. So this is overdone now. But for example, there is a family in rural area. They like eating non-veg. But wahan pe everyone is a vegetarian and they frown upon non-vegetarians. Social access and food preferences not meeting. So anything which is not meeting will result in food security not being there. Yes or no? And an active and healthy life. For an active and healthy life, obviously everything. Why are we eating? Not only for taste buds but also for living healthy. Okay, that is why I always say कि I believe in eating healthy. I don't believe in eating in being very picky about eating. No, this has too much fats. ऐसा नहीं. But I believe in moderation. Moderation is the key. So if you eat something, little bit of everything, eat pizza, but once in 3 months, not once in 1 week or 3 times in a week. Okay, once in 3 months is fine, no problem. Okay, anyway, so did you understand the gamut of food security we are doing here? So can I say food security has two aspects, quantitative and qualitative? Quantity bhi hona chahiye. You are getting very good food, nutritious food, but you need half kg to eat. You are getting only 200 grams. Kya fayda? Qualitative, we discussed qualitative. ठीक है? Does Indian Constitution talk about food security anywhere? Sir, Indian Constitution तो कहाँ पढ़ा है? Article 21, right to life and personal liberty. The words are carefully chosen here. Right to life and personal liberty. Article 21, right to life and personal liberty. जिंदा रहने का हक और चॉइस करने का हक. Right? You chose to do UPSC, or maybe some of you were forced to do UPSC. But personal liberty. For those of you who are forced to do, you can say you are violating my Article 21. Parents forced you, go tell your parents you are violating my Article 21. ठीक है? They will give you one slap and they will say चुपचाप जाके पढ़ाई करो. That is how. ठीक है? Article 47. This is fundamental rights. This is DPSP. Article 47. State should take care of nutrition and health of the people. Nutrition, health. Food security related constitutional provisions done. खत्म. No discussion on that. Polity का part है ये. ठीक है? So what are we doing for food security? Are we doing something for food security? We are doing a lot of things for food security. Most of the schemes you will study are in social justice. I will tell you the major schemes. Okay? Major schemes. Then we'll come to the major act which ensures food security in India. Big act which ensures food security in India. We'll do that later. First, let us see one scheme. Chalo idhar hi kar lete. Let us see one scheme. Just pay attention to the provisions. You are going to cover it anyways when you read it. That scheme is called as ICDS. Okay? That scheme is called as ICDS. Now this ICDS in taxation means something entirely different. I have not taught you because it is not relevant at all. This is there in taxation also. That came 2 years ago, ICDS, but we are talking about social justice. ICDS ka matlab, see this. Integrated Child Development Scheme, ICDS. नाम से समझ आ रहा है for what it is? Are you understanding from the name what is the purpose of this scheme? Integrated Child Development Scheme, ICDS. Now recollect whatever I had told you about something. I had told you the difference between centrally sponsored scheme and central sector schemes, yes or no? I remember I had told you 60-40 share hota hai ratio between center and state. Now you take a minute to think and tell me centrally sponsored scheme and central sector scheme में क्या difference है? Who funds in centrally sponsored scheme and who funds in central sector scheme? What do you think is the difference? Sir, इतना तो नहीं सोचा हमने. ठीक है? Centrally sponsored schemes are where the cost of scheme is shared by center and states. Centrally sponsored scheme. So matlab state is also involved in implementation. Central sector schemes are those which are sponsored entirely by the center only. So if I tell you this is a centrally sponsored scheme, if I tell you ICDS is a centrally sponsored scheme, what do you think? Do states have any involvement in this? Centrally sponsored is state have involvement. Okay? Now I'll give you homework. Find out health is in which list. पॉलिटी होमवर्क, हाँ, इकोनॉमी होमवर्क नहीं है, पॉलिटी होमवर्क. हेल्थ, which list? Concurrent list, state list, union list, which list? What do you think this scheme is for? Integrated Child Development Scheme. For development of children. Who are children? 18 years old? नहीं, small children. ठीक है? So it has six sub schemes. It is integrated. नाम में integrated लिखा है ना. This is run by Ministry of Women and Child Development. There is a Ministry of Women and Child Development. We have to go in social justice थोड़ा सा because this topic is social justice in nature, right? So integrated child development scheme में ICDS में we are it's a centrally sponsored scheme. We have 6 sub schemes or 6 services for children up to 6 years. समझा? For children up to 6 years, 0 to 6 years. I should not do this. I should use this. So, what do you think children of 0 to 6 year needs? Nutrition, health checkup, immunization, vaccination and all, polio and all. ठीक है? Referrals, health services, educating mothers and parents about how to raise their children. Very important, otherwise problem हो सकता है. ठीक है? I was reading about a story where the parents were following a diet and they used that diet on their children. Just imagine. Parents were on diet, बच्चों को भी diet पे लगा दिया. And that kid was 1 or 2 years old. Does he need diet? He needs lot of food, lot of energy. He needs to grow, right? कैसे? ठीक है? See, just one small thing I am going to tell you. One small thing. Just keep this in mind. It is GS2. Point number 13. Do you recollect what is GS2? Point number 13. I had given you homework of by hearting all the syllabus of all GS 1, 2, 3. Nobody of you did it. I know. ठीक है? It's okay. Then you tell me कि sir कितना कुछ बताते हो आप वैसे तो we don't do. See, you will realize this when you read newspapers. Whether an article related to education is related to syllabus or not. And syllabus में तो which point? Point number 13. Point number 13. Issues relating to health, education and human resources. Again, point number 13 in GS2 also uses the word issues. ठीक है? तो उसमें education करके है. So now education, our earlier education policy focused on education from 6 years of age because तभी से formal education starts, first standard and all. ठीक है? New education policy looks at उसके पहले का education because that is important. Nursery and all, that is most important education, right? Because see, you must have seen people go in schools and still not able to understand the alphabet also because they are not taught at home. या तो nursery में या तो play group में, day care center में, you have to teach them. Formative years है वो. So this scheme also looks after कि थोड़ा informally, educate at home. Educate मतलब क्या? वो color दे दो and give them small pieces and try them to fit in the shape and all. So they will learn. That is how cognitive abilities are built. आप UPSC ऐसे नहीं कर रहे हो. Your parents did something, that is why you are able to do UPSC. ठीक है? There is one more scheme I would like to tell. This everyone I am sure must have heard. MDM. Have you heard of midday meal? है ना? Fairly simple. Midday meal scheme. Midday meal scheme क्या होता है? What is midday meal scheme? To encourage school attendance, government gives lunch or sometimes breakfast in schools. So if it's a morning shift, then breakfast. If it's an afternoon shift, then lunch. To encourage. See, why do parents don't send their children to school? Either they don't believe in education system. There are very few parents. ठीक है? One of them I am not a parent, but I don't believe in our education system. But अभी क्या कर सकते? ठीक है? And I'm not a parent yet. Just शादी भी नहीं हुई, कहाँ parent, right? So that is one. But majority of the parents are poor. They feel that their children, एक तो fees नहीं है. Even if fees are made free by the government, education is made free. They feel that their children can better work in the fields or help in household work rather than go to schools. ठीक है? So and plus to encourage that, government said कि you send your ward or children to school, we will give them meals. So आपका खर्चा बचेगा on those meals because to cook food at home cost is incurred, gas, raw materials, rice and all. So that is the enticing factor कि please send us, and उसका benefit तो होता ही है ना, children are educated, ठीक है. So here also students' calories needs are taken care of, don't you think? ठीक है. So we'll see a few issues with respect to these two schemes combined, because social justice का part है, I don't want to waste much time. So few issues with related to these schemes. Few issues से ज़्यादा I would say observations in ICDS and MDM. So positive, negative both we will see. ठीक है. चलो नेगेटिव, पॉजिटिव क्या है? पॉजिटिव क्या है? एजुकेशन इंक्रीज, डेफिनेटली. न्यूट्रिशन स्टैंडर्ड्स बेटर, यस, सिंपल, बस. व्हाट आर द प्रॉब्लम्स? फर्स्ट प्रॉब्लम इन एवरी स्कीम इज लैक ऑफ मनी, फिस्कल एलोकेशन, है ना. एवरी स्कीम हैज some fiscal allocation attached to it, fiscal allocation. Second, nutrient deficient meal. See, newspaper में articles keep on coming कि midday meal scheme food is adulterated. Just imagine, you are giving that to children and you are adulterating that food. Sometimes ready to cook meal is provided. वो ready to cook आता है ना पैकेट, गरम पानी डालो, अरे no nutrition is there in that, उसका पोहा बना के देते. Nutrient deficiency. See, this is exactly counter to this. That is what the schemes are, na. ऐसे नहीं कि schemes are complete failure or complete success. There are issues both sides. If asked, write this. If asked, this is asked, write this. Nutrition deficiency, nutrient deficiency. Right? What else? Very important point I'm going to say. Very, 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 very important. Take a guess. What is this? What is this? Take a guess. Think and tell. What is this? What can be? इसका meaning क्या हो सकता है? Of course, one more obvious point. I should not even write this is corruption. Midday meal में corruption है. So you know, specific to midday meal, outsourcing of contractors is done. Outsourcing is done. So private contractors are corrupt. ठीक है? Those who are given the contract of providing food. One more thing, I am trying very hard not to go in social justice, but the topic is such that there is social discrimination in schools. Children from so-called upper castes bully children from so-called lower castes. They take away their meal and all. Teachers are also, if they are from so-called upper caste, then they will also not do anything. If they are from so-called lower caste, then they feel helpless. ठीक है? So caste तो वो भी है इसमें, but social में, so I'm not writing. Corruption. Hidden hunger. चलो, coming back to hidden hunger. Then I will think about hidden hunger. I am writing one more scheme here which you have to cover in GS2, not here. So don't, यहाँ पे ज़्यादा load नहीं है. See this, National Nutrition Mission. I haven't even talked about the main scheme which we are going to cover here. वो तो अभी आना बाकी है. And MCQs are asked in state level exams, central level exams. ठीक है, ये नहीं, ये तो GS2 में. National Nutrition Mission. ठीक है? So basically what, I'll just give a gist of National Nutrition Mission. Do you know what is anemia? Weakness. weakness, anemia, lack of nutrients. So to reduce to reduce anemia, do you know what is stunting? STUNTING, stunting. Have you seen children with low height as per age? And there are some people who are 30 years old but still small. Stunting. Remember in 10th standard science textbooks we had diseases like marasmus, kwashiorkor in science. Sir, वो तो ये सब याद नहीं है. Right? In science we had in 10th standard. Diseases वाला chapter था ना, disease and disease. क्या था वो chapter का नाम? Dietary deficiency diseases was the name of the chapter. In that marasmus, kwashiorkor, small. Then you must have seen photo of children who are very thin but stomach is very big. ठीक है? Everything is thin, but or some people whose head is very big. ठीक है? So nutrient deficiency. So this nutrition mission tries to address all those things. That is, stunting is low height for age. Stunted growth. So growth is stunted. What is wasting? There is a similar term called as wasting. Wasting is low weight for height. Okay, your height, you are tall, but you are very thin. Weight low. Not good? Low weight. Do you know overnutrition is also a problem in India nowadays? Obesity. है ना? Especially people from urban areas, they are not exercising, they are not dieting, and then they are eating all unhealthy foods, fried foods and all those things. Social justice. Let us keep it there. Not going to go in. But related intricately to food security. Chalo, hidden hunger batao yaar. What do you think is hidden hunger? No, it is not. It is not. Some people are missed in these schemes and then they are left hungry. Hidden hunger is, I'll tell you. What do you think is given in the meals in ICDS and MDM? What do you think? What type of meals are given? What is given? क्या लगता है? Roti, sabji, dal, rice, sometimes maybe salad, sometimes some pulses, sometimes some sweets also. What is missing? Is there something which is missing in this food? Micronutrients. Have you heard of vitamins? Vitamins. See, children from those backgrounds who are getting these meals, they have vitamin deficiency also. They have other micronutrient deficiency. Iodine. We know iodine deficiency causes goiter, drooping of the neck. ठीक है? School में इतना तो याद होना चाहिए यार, ये basic. छोड़ दो. No comment. I don't believe in school system. So anyway, vitamins, iodine. Pregnant women need folic acid or something to counter their anemia and all. All those things are. Calcium, very important. Calcium to चाहिए, especially children and women. Women above 35 and children below, let's say 10 years, 15 years, they need a lot of calcium. Okay, women's bones are by nature a bit more brittle than men's bones. So they need calcium supplements after they reach a certain age. Okay? Ironic, na? Women live longer than men. Women's life expectancy is longer than men, but bones थोड़ा weak है. सब नहीं मिलेगा तुम अभी रहने दो. ठीक है? Vitamins and all, everything is right. If for example that poor child or someone, he doesn't work outdoors, उसका काम indoor है. You know, he is helping his father and mother in stitching work or clothes work and all. So he doesn't go out in the sun. Vitamin D deficiency happens, right? Vitamin A deficiency happens if he is not getting proper vegetables and all. So वो सब है. That is called as hidden hunger. Question can come, what do you mean by hidden hunger? How do you eliminate it? It's a social justice question, no doubt. If it comes here, how will you eliminate it? Simple, include these in your midday meal scheme and ICDS schemes. Okay, increase awareness about these things so that they also buy these things if supplements are required. Preventive health checkups, yes or no? Deficiency कब होती है? When you start getting symptoms. उसके पहले ही do some checkups. Children का regular checkups, pregnant women का regular checkups. See, in village areas, healthcare is very weak. है ना? So when you go for healthcare, do these checkups. These are all the strategies. ऐसा कुछ hard and fast नहीं है कि these 10 points are the strategies, ऐसा नहीं. ठीक है, चलो. Now we move on to GS3 part of food security, and everyone should know this inside out. Whatever I'm going to say, everyone should know this inside out. It is called as very single most important part of this point. Single most. Sorry. National Food Security Act. Was there any question asked on this in UPSC 2013 mein, when this act was going to be passed on National Food Security Bill? Question was asked, and it was also asked ki how will what are the concerns it has generated in WTO. That was the question. ठीक है, past questions देख लेना. इसका main, what do you think providing food is? Is it a welfare operation of the government? Right? Providing food is welfare operation. We say it is not a welfare operation. It is a right of the people to get food. Government is not doing daan in giving food. It is not doing some favor on the poor by giving food. It is the right of everyone who is born on earth to have access to food. Yes or no? So this act went from, see the words I am using. I am directly preparing your mains answers here. Welfare based approach to a rights based approach. Samjha? Welfare based approach to rights based approach. So now giving food is not seen as a welfare function of the government, but rather it is seen as the right of the people to demand from the government. Right? Simple example. When you pay tax, don't you think we should get good roads? Potholes nahi hone chahiye, theek hai? Is government doing a favor by filling your potholes? So why do you think the same about food? Simple. That is also your right. theek hai? In fact, that is more right of the poor, because poor people don't have access to resources by default. So obviously it is their right to get these food. Okay? Now, what is the criteria? What is the criteria? Who are covered? So I'll tell you the genesis of this act. National Food Security Act mein what the government will do. Simple. What the government will do is, we have learned PDS, we have learned buffer stock, we have learned MSP and all. So National Food Security Act says that. So this is basically PDS ka last leg. Remember we did PDS in the last lecture. It was TPDS, targeted PDS, and then I told you National Food Security Act will cover in food security. This is the last leg of PDS. What is PDS? It procures grains from the farmers and gives out to the people at same price or lower cost. Very lower cost, very subsidized cost. Remember, 3 rupees, 2 rupees per kg. This is the current and the biggest regime operational in India, National Food Security Act. So who do you think everyone is eligible to get food at discounted rates, or some people? Some people are eligible to get food at discounted rates. So it targets 75%. This you should know. It targets 75% of rural population and 50% of urban population. Sir, how do you categorize 75 and 50%? According to income levels. So 75% of rural population, matlab kya? They left out only 25% of the people who are considered to be rich. ठीक है? 75% of rural population are covered, 50% of urban are covered. So total India में कितना cover हुआ? If you do average of this, it covers 66% of total population. Yes or no? Simple. 50, 75, 50 plus 75 divided by 2, 66 के आसपास. It covers 67, मतलब कितना? Approximately 80 crore people. It covers 80 crore people. Imagine now you are an IAS officer, you are giving food, you are planning this scheme to give food to 80 crore people at all times. Not once, एक बार दे दिया खत्म. At all times. It's a big, very big scheme. Now who will tell me what is food subsidy? I had told you in the last lecture, I had shown you the calculation also. What is food subsidy? Food subsidy is nothing but, remember we had done it in red. So FCI will take goods at procurement price. FCI will pay transportation cost, will pay storage cost. That cost for FCI is called as economic cost of food grains or economic cost. But do you think FCI will give out grains to PDS shops at economic cost or higher than economic cost or lower than economic cost? Lower than economic cost. That price is called as issue price. It is issued at that price. The difference between economic cost and issue price is what? Food subsidy. Because of difference, who will pay that difference? Food subsidy. Government bears that difference. We saw yesterday budget also, in which different subsidies, we saw the statement of subsidies, food subsidy, fertilizer subsidy, LPG subsidy, kerosene subsidy, etc. Food subsidy, I hope you remember in the last lecture, we saw it was 2,42,000 crores approximately. Okay? So the difference between economic cost and issue price is known as food subsidy. Okay? So imagine 80 crore people you have to give food, which means your food subsidy bill will increase or decrease? It will increase, definitely increase. Okay? What are the other provisions for 80 crore people? You are giving, how much you are giving? You are giving, क्या दे रहे हो आप? For all, for these covered people, rural, urban, itne log ko, you are giving 5 kg per person of rice wheat per month. 5 kg per person per month. आप उनको दे रहे हो at discounted rates. At what rate, sir? At the rate of 3 rupees, 2 rupees, 1 rupees. At the rate of 5 kg per person per month. At the rate of rupees 3, rupees 2, rupees 1. 3 rupees for wheat, gehu. 2 rupees for rice per kg. This is per kg. 1 rupee for coarse cereals, jawar bajra. So did you notice we have also included coarse cereals now, which was not there in TPDS directly, targeted PDS 1997 scheme. And always remember that if center has not included, states normally include such things. But here NFSA is only saying 3 to 1. Wheat, rice, coarse cereals, 5 kg per person per month. I told you in the last lecture about something called as Antyodaya Anna Yojana 2000. In the year 2000 it had come. Millennium, on the eve of millennium. Antyodaya Anna Yojana. Uska kya meaning hai? What is the provision behind Antyodaya Anna Yojana? Antyodaya are those poorest of the poor people. Okay? They are given, how much are they given? Can we remember? Can we recollect? They are given 35 kg per household per month. Antyodaya Anna Yojana beneficiaries are given 35 kg per household per month. So it is not on a per person basis. This is on a per person basis. Antyodaya Anna Yojana are given 35 kg of rice wheat per household per month. Okay? What about them? Now will they be eligible under this or that? They will continue getting that because that is more beneficial. Now imagine if there are only 3 people in the family, still they are getting 35 kg per household per month. But if there are 3 people, इसमें कितना मिलता है इनको? 15 kg मिलता है ना? 5 household में. So they continue, unless there are 10 people in the family, then that makes this beneficial. But they get 35 kg. So AAY beneficiaries, Antyodaya Anna Yojana beneficiaries get 35 kg per household per month. समझा? ठीक है? Is there any special provision? Yes. So what are the special provisions in this scheme? Special provisions are very important. Very important provisions I am telling you. Nutritional support to pregnant and lactating mothers. I hope you know lactating mothers. Those who are breastfeeding. Okay, lactating mothers. and children up to 14 years of age. So nutritional support to pregnant women and lactating mothers and children up to 14 years. ठीक है? Now one something which was not there in earlier schemes but is there in this scheme. Don't you think pregnancy के time women has to leave job or maybe take an extended leave for pregnancy? Many times they are paid, many times they are not paid also. ठीक है? What do you think? Mostly they are paid or not paid? Mostly they are not paid. In the unorganized sector, they are not paid, because organized, if you are working in a corporate office, then yes, you will have the policies and all of that. But unorganized sector में informal employment में क्या होगा? Employer will tell कि after pregnancy come, then I will start your wages again, right? So here you give income support for wage loss due to pregnancy also in this scheme. It's a very big scheme. क्या है और? Income support for wage loss due to pregnancy. So males cannot claim कि मेरा भी wage loss हुआ है, my job is gone. ऐसे नहीं हो सकता. At 6,000 rupees per year, 6,000 rupees per year, every woman, 6,000 rupees. Just imagine. See, obviously this will be given in installments and not. And also, if you are a pregnant woman and if you are getting any benefit under any other scheme, then this is not applicable. ये तो obvious है. दो जगह से थोड़ी मिलता है. You cannot use 2 coupons in one transaction, right? Similarly. ठीक है? What is this? Which kind of price is this? Is it procurement price, economic cost, issue price, or food subsidy? What is this? This is the issue price, 321. It is issued by food FCI to PDS shops to give it to the people. Na? This is the issue price. Issued, na? Grains are issued at this price. This is the issue price. Okay? So the issue price are mentioned in the schedule to the act. See, I told you every act has schedules. Act ke piche there is a list of things. For example, the Money Laundering Act has a list of schedules, the offences of which are, punishable under Money Laundering Act. Similarly, this act also has schedules. So the prices of PDS, this are mentioned in the schedules. Now, it is mandated that they be revised after every few years, but they have been kept like this since 2013. Why they have been kept like this? Because people will protest and affordability is also an issue. So 321. ठीक है? See the name of the act. What is the name of the act? Food security. It also deals with the procurement issues. It also deals with the storage of food grains. Entire process is seen by NFSA. We have dealt with the food security part of it. Okay? So I will just give you a small demo. Yeah, chota sa. See this. Schedule 1 Act में Schedule 1 है. Schedule 1 mentions the issue prices. ठीक है? Schedule 1 to the Act. Schedule 2 में क्या है? Nutritional standards are mentioned कि how much should be given nutritional standards. ठीक है? शेड्यूल 3 में क्या है? प्रोक्योरमेंट, रिफॉर्मेशन ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर एंड सेफ ड्रिंकिंग वाटर, ये सब है. सो अदर प्रोविजंस. relating to water, procurement, etc. Do you understand the magnitude of this scheme? Do you think food security ensures nutritional security? Think and tell. No, nutritional security, food can be anything, na? If I give you food, vada pav, so pehle to in the definition it will not fall definitely. But even if everyone has access to, let's say, 2 vada pavs per day, do you think it is nutritional security is ensured? Not ensured. ठीक है, वो स्कूल कैंटीन में ठीक रहता है 2 vada pavs every day, but not elsewhere. So basically what this does is, what NFSA does is, NFSA merely expands TPDS, targeted PDS को expand करता है, National Food Security Act. ठीक है? Now we also have schemes for something called as fortification. Sir, what is this? What do you understand by the term fortification? Fort बनाना? नहीं. History नहीं. In history also this is used, fortification of an area, forts are constructed. But in food security, what do you think fortification is? Fortification is, see, I'll tell you. Do you know hidden hunger? Micronutrient deficiency, zinc, calcium, all these things, iodine are not present. This comes as a part of biotechnology, to be very honest. Biotechnology ka part hai ye. So you will learn more in that. So now scientists, what they do is, what is given under Food Security Acts, rice, wheat, these things are given. So they try ki usme hi they add zinc and they give. Usme hi they add calcium and they give. Rice ke andar hi they add. That is known as food fortification. Okay? You must have seen ads of chakki atta and all, fortified with minerals. Or aap dekho ad, Ashirwad atta, fortified with vitamin A. Which means they add that and then they give. We don't come to know because of minerals hai wo. We will never come to know. Bisleri bottle also has written with added minerals. Fortified. Okay? So zinc, calcium, all of these things, they mix in the food. Wheat grains में, rice grains में, and then they give. अब ये mix मतलब क्या है? सब powder डालते हैं and देते हैं, ऐसा नहीं. They do it on a genetic level also. So genes engineer करते हैं वो लोग, and then they try to grow crops which are rich in zinc and all. It doesn't fall under genetic GM crops में नहीं आता है वो, because this is fairly simpler process. सिर्फ इंजेक्शन मारना है, खत्म. ऐसे एकदम मॉलिक्यूलर लेवल पे जाके they don't have to edit anything. They don't change the characteristics of rice, they just add something, इंजेक्शन मार के. ठीक है? That is known as fortification. So we are now giving fortified products also through PDS and NFSA. अच्छा, by the way, PDS is not a separate scheme, it is a system of distribution and this is the act. So इसके अंदर PDS के थ्रू जाता है. This is just expanding TPDS, targeted PDS of 1997. ठीक है? This one screen covers entire NFSA. Yes or no? सब कुछ आ गया इसमें. All MCQs can be solved in this. Right? We'll discuss issues with NFSA also. सब में issues है. And UPSC loves issues. I think UPSC has issues life में. ऐसा मुझे लगता है. So we are now giving fortification through PDS also, or sending fortified crops through PDS. So that is one part. ठीक है? Now I will write something here which we have already covered. Under NFSA, do we have to procure a lot of grains? Yes, under PDS you have to procure. Do you have to procure many times at MSP? Yes, you have to procure many times at MSP. Don't you think MSP is an artificial price and not market determined? Yes, at least partially it is not market determined. Don't you think someone has a problem when things are not market determined? Who? No. Outside India, who has a problem? WTO, developed countries. So, whatever we have studied in point number 5, negative aspect, WTO impact. So see, MSP, आर्टिफिशियल प्राइस है, बराबर। MSP leads to procurement. This leads to trade distortion, yes or no? Because crowding out, I hope you understand crowding out. Procurement leads to storage. Storage leads to distribution through PDS. Storage also leads to distribution in OMSS, yes or no? Open market sales scheme. So this is at market prices most often, and this is at subsidized issue prices. So issue price ये नहीं है, issue price ये है, ठीक है? Don't you think this is entire chain is not market determined? सब कुछ गवर्नमेंट कर रहा है as per its own policy wishes, not market determined. Even OMSS government is doing as per its own will कि let us sell, let us reduce, let us increase, ठीक है? So all these things are creating issues at WTO. Can we have some technical names for issues? We have discussed all of them. Can we have some technical names? Remember I told you public stock holding of food grain issue? See, this is public stock holding. Yes or no? Your buffer stock is nothing but creating issue in public stock holding. One. Second, de minimis subsidies, na? Aggregate measure of support, AMS. Then can we have some technical word? Amber box, trade distorting, you know many developed countries give amber box subsidies, but they classify it as green box. Now tell me which of the following is amber box subsidy. Subsidy 1, you give subsidy on fertilizers. Second, you gave farmer 2000 rupees in his bank account. Which of the following is amber box? Which of the following is green box? 2000 rupees is green box. Why it is green box? Because it's not related to specific production. It is not related to specific product. It is not distorting, but fertilizer subsidy distorts. Okay? Any? Do you remember G33? Friends of Agriculture, India, China. They raised this issue, public stock holding of food grains. Currently, what is the status of that issue? We have entered into a peace clause. जब तक a final solution is not found, peace clause will hold. Yes or no? If you go on the internet today and search peace clause, you will find one of the articles, at least 1 or 2 articles, recent articles 1-2 days ago, India has said something, developed countries have said something, so on and so forth. Food security समझा क्या? Did you understand food security? Now what do you think are the issues with NFSA? We discussed yesterday issues with PDS, same things apply here, but चलो सोच के देखो, what are the issues in NFSA? Over coverage, not under coverage. You are covering 66% of total population. 66% is not poor, they don't need it. ज़्यादा पैसा जाता है ना, more money is wasted in this. So that is one issue, heavy fiscal burden and over coverage. ठीक है? Second issue, mothers are not aware of this. Very big. Third issue, mothers are not aware of this wage loss. So they try to prevent pregnancy, abort pregnancy or work during pregnancy because they are not aware that they will get this. Third issue, these are too low, have to be increased by 1 rupees at least. 4 rupees, 3 rupees, 2 rupees. इतना तो कर सकते हो. Why? Because the lesser this is, the more this is or less this is. The lesser this is, what is the impact of reducing issue price on food subsidy? Increase the food subsidy because 3 rupees, so economic cost might be let's say 50 rupees per kg and you are selling at how much? 3 rupees. 47 is your food subsidy. Okay, so we are spending basically 2,42,000 crore rupees every year on 80 crore people. ठीक है. What happened during COVID? This was given plus for 80 crore people, more 5 kg was given because of COVID. What will happen to the food subsidy? Double? Same thing. ठीक है. That concludes our food security wala part. Did you understand each and every single bit of it? Food security, what is buffer stock? Did you understand what is buffer stock? We covered in the last lecture. What is buffer stock? What is food security? Samjha? Simple, easy to understand, right? Issues relating to direct and indirect farm subsidies. Issues relating to direct and indirect farm subsidies. आगे क्या है? And MSP. Did we know what are the issues of MSP? Do we know MSP contributes directly to inflation? Yes or no? The more your procurement price, the more market gets distorted, the more things become costlier. So government has a dual objective of balancing the prices for farmers also and for consumers also. What will happen if government gives farmers higher prices? What will happen to food subsidy? If government gives higher prices to farmers, what will happen to food subsidy? This increases. This is same. This will increase. If government wants to reduce food subsidy, it will have to increase issue price or reduce economic cost. है ना, ये cost भी कम होगा तो भी food subsidy would reduce ना. तो these are the interventions. समझा? Let us quickly start and finish पलक झपकते ही economics of animal rearing. ठीक है? We'll do economics of animal rearing is remaining, technology missions is remaining, or e-technology whatever, and irrigation is also remaining. Once we do that, 4 and 5 full and final, we end point number 4 and 5. We are going to do point number 7 also after this. ठीक है, land reforms in India, point number 7, land reforms, that is a mix of economics and agriculture, तो वो भी करना है, right? Please join the Telegram channel. I post very relevant, extremely relevant articles for UPSC only. I don't put irrelevant articles, but I try to put articles which are not there in Hindu or Express, but which are extremely important for our exams. ठीक है? So read each and every article. That is what I request. Read each and every article. If you have any doubt, you can ask me personally also, on the group also. But I would suggest personally पूछो, then, because otherwise on the group too many messages accumulate. Right? Please do that. So now we have started this. By the end of December, we will have many articles. Aram se, because every day if I post even 2 articles, then so many articles, but every article would be relevant for UPSC. That is my guarantee. That is my personal guarantee. ठीक है? Let us start with economics of animal rearing. Okay, economics of animal rearing. What do you think is animal rearing? Animal husbandry, animal rearing. Who all come under that? Tell me that at least. Who all come under animals? Like when we think about economically, who all come under that? Before that, why is animal rearing important for us? Do you know there is heavy disguised unemployment in agriculture sector? We have discussed this. If they have more animal rearing opportunities, would it not be good? Definitely it would be good, yes or no? More and more opportunities are available, it would be good for them. Don't you think it acts as a supplementary income to farmers? Ki they are farming, side mein they have a poultry farm also. So usse bhi they sell eggs and chicken and they get some income. Samjha? Animal husbandry is very important, animal rearing. It supplements agricultural income. It helps in diversification of income. Get it? One source pe you are not dependent, na? Irrigation fails, no problem. I have my poultry farm. I can sell eggs. Okay, so animal rearing is very important. I hope this is very basic. I don't need to write this. It gives social security. It also provides labor for your farm. cows, buffaloes. ठीक है? Who do you think come under animals? कौन आता है? Can I say cattle? Cattle? Buffalo? Who else? Yaks? Yak? In northern region, in hilly regions, yaks, they use yak wool, they use yak milk also. Mithun, have you heard of Mithun? Not the actor. Mithun is a big brother of bull. It is a bovine animal. It is very famous for milk and meat. Okay, it is like buffalo only. It is like buffalo but bigger. Mainly found in 2 states. Mainly Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland. Mainly, right? So I have been 2 places where Mithun is eaten. I have not eaten it, but my friends had eaten. So yes, I have seen how Mithun is done. ठीक है? These are called as bovines. Bovines means those who give milk and meat. They are known as bovines. These are called as bovines. Bovine animals. What else? What all animals do you think जिससे हम पैसा कमा सकते हैं? Goat or chicken? It's a bird, but in animal rearing we are including everything. Poultry I would write chicken and eggs. ये mutton आ गया, chicken and eggs. Buffalo, cattle, beef is here, yaks, mithuns, these are all milk also. ठीक है? Who else? Beef is buffalo. Bees, very good, very good. Bees. Pigs. Pig rearing भी होता है. Who else? सबको लिख देंगे, सबका एक एक प्रॉब्लम डिस्कस करेंगे. इकोनॉमिक ऑफ एनिमल रेयरिंग डन. सिंपल, फिनिश, खत्म. Who? Fish, yes. Anyone else? Anything else we can think of? Worms, silkworms, earthworms. Silkworms तो silk बनता है, very costly. Worms. Anything else? और क्या होता है फार्मर के पास? What else? Some of them also keep mice, rabbits. Rabbits are also sold for meat. Rabbits are eaten, by the way. ठीक है? So let us call them small ruminants. Small ruminants. Cattle, buffalo, yaks, mithun, goat, chicken eggs, bees, pigs, fish, worms, small ruminants. More or less we have covered everything. ठीक है? Don't say snakes and all. Snakes नहीं यार. I'm just thinking कोई और है क्या? More or less similar, same है. ठीक है? What are the products that we get? What are the products that we get from them? क्या है? सबसे पहले milk, then meat, then eggs, then honey, then rubber, then what? Silk, then what else? Fish तो खुद ही है ना? Anything else that we get? मीट में सब आ जाता है ना एक्चुअली, ठीक है. सो दीज आर द मेन प्रोडक्ट्स वी गेट, राइट. हियर ना फिश में भी ना देयर इज अ स्मॉल डिवीजन हियर. नॉर्मल फिश तो है ही, बट स्पेशली क्रैब्स एंड ऑल, बिकॉज उनका फार्मिंग अलग से होता है, ठीक है. प्लस फिश आर बोथ इनलैंड और riverine fishes found in river and oceanic, also known as coastal. Okay, this crabs, shrimp is also one of them. Shrimp farming happens. Mud crabs are there. All these are fisheries का अलग अलग derivations. Don't write dog and all here, huh? Please. We are earning income, sir. But dogs से भी we can earn income. We can train them and we can use them for police dogs. You know, don't think इतना, ठीक है. Cat वैट मत लिखना प्लीज. वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट इकोनॉमिक्स ऑफ एनिमल रेयरिंग, ठीक है. Cats and dogs gives you benefit of mental happiness, not economic happiness, ठीक है. मिल्क, मीट, एग्स, हनी, सिल्क फिश, इतना मिलता है, ठीक. लेट अस डिस्कस द इश्यूज वन बाय वन. See, statistics we will find in economic survey. Latest statistics you will find in next year. कि how much does how much does animal husbandry contribute to the GDP? वो सब मिल जाएगा. I hope you are understanding that. ठीक है. चलो, मिल्क में क्या इशू है? What are the issues in milk? What are the issues in milk? Adulteration. One. Next. Storage. You have to store it nicely, otherwise खराब हो जाता है. Cold storage. So storage is an issue. Then what else in milk? Who gives milk? Mainly cow, buffalo, mainly cow, buffalo. Let us discuss their problems. The biggest problem Indian cows and buffaloes face is that their productivity is very low. They give very less milk compared to what Western cows give. ठीक है? Their productivity is very low. Homework. Find the names of breeds of cows. In India, Desi and Western. India and Western regions, USA and all. Find the names. Productivity is very low in terms of milk. ठीक है, in terms of milk. Plus, reproduction rate or reproduction capacity is also low. So the male performance is low. Male sexual performance is low when it comes to Indian cows. So reproduction capacity is also low. I am serving you notes on a platter by writing everything here. You have to read other things and you have to add them here. You have to keep on adding them. ठीक है? I have given you pizza base and cheese. You have to add toppings उसमें. ठीक है? Biggest problem. Biggest, B-I-G-G-E-S-T. Biggest problem. Diseases. Viral diseases, bacterial diseases, pathogenic diseases, right? There are two diseases which we should know about. Two diseases. Foot and mouth disease. FMD. Second, brucellosis. Foot and mouth disease and brucellosis. These are diseases which affect bovine animals. ठीक है? When you do science and tech, when you do biotechnology, when you do health, you have to know in depth which is bacterial, which is viral. Does it spread to humans or not? we are right now restricting ourselves to economics of animal rearing. So the issues is diseases. But these are 2 diseases and our plan is to eliminate them by 2025. Khatam, finish. Because they affect productivity. यार ये productivity इसके वजह से low हो रहा है. Imagine if cows start dying or if cows are sick, they won't give milk. And milk is essential for everything. Right from children development to calcium needs in women, men, everything. Milk is so necessary. Right? These are the major issues of one more major issue. ठीक है. What is the major issue in meat? Meat में क्या major issue है? Storage plus what? Hygiene. Hygiene is an issue. Diseases तो है ही. If the animal is infected, it might pass on. We see bird flu. Chicken से होता है वो bird flu basically. Swine flu, pig से होता है. By the way, for those of you who don't know, cow meat is called beef and pig meat is called pork. ठीक है? Many people don't know, especially vegetarians, they don't know. And this is mutton. ठीक है? wool नहीं लिखा ना, wool. हाँ, goat है ना, sheep है ना, sheep नहीं है. अरे sheep, how could I forget sheep? इतना they give. ठीक है? I think sheep are the most non-demanding creatures. बाकी सब भागते भागते हैं. They are very meek. Storage, hygiene. What else can you think of? See, this is why I like agri part, because this is all our conception. Economics जैसा नहीं है. Sir, what is twin balance sheet problem? That is very technical ना. इसमें nothing is technical. Meat में और क्या है? I'll write one word. You have to tell me. Think and tell. सोचो. Hint WTO chapter. इतना तो you should know. Think. WTO. Technical barriers to trade. Do you remember? Artificial high quality requirements. Sanitary phytosanitary measures. Meat में especially it is applicable. Array, your meat is having this much of what we say, blood related problems or anything. So problem. Meat. One more problem with respect to meat. Cultural non-acceptance, especially in India. Do you see news of mob killing due to suspicion of carrying beef? See, technically, beef ban, what we speak about, directly goes against the freedom of trade, freedom of life, right to life, because it is my life, I want to eat, I will eat. Jab tak it is not causing any harm to anyone, right? At the same time, making laws like beef ban are under the purview of government. They can very well make laws, but the problem lies with the trade aspect of it. If you are exporting it, to karne do na export. In fact, we are one of the biggest exporters of beef in the world. Do you know that? Even now, we are. Whatever we spoke now, meat, poultry, eggs, milk, we come in top 3 in the world. हम ही है और कोई नहीं है. Population. Milk तो we are the first. Milk production में nobody produces more than India. Milk में. ठीक है? फिशरीज में वी आर सेकेंड. जापान ऑल्सो फिशेस अ लॉट. वो तो पूरा वो ही खाता है. क्या है, पनीर थोड़ी खाएगा वो. टेक्निकल बैरियर्स टू ट्रेड एंड सैनिटरी एंड फाइटोसैनिटरी मेजर्स. आई होप यू रिमेंबर दिस. थोड़ा याद है? ठीक है, ओके. सो मीट एंड ऑल में एनी, अरे पैकेजिंग. See, when I write packaging, what does it mean? You have to write आगे का sentence. If the packaging has to be hygienic or the packaging has to be proper, वो सब तो it is understood. I'm just writing or giving you the hints कि क्या लिख सकते हो. Here also you can write packaging. वो होता है ना tamper proof packaging. Nobody can adulterate carton and all. Tamper proof packaging. To be very honest, इसका उल्टा impact is environmental sustainability because all this plastic and all metals are used and all. ठीक है, done. Let us move ahead to other sets of animals. What about bees? What do they give? Honey. Honey आता है bees से. Bees also give wax. Do you know? Bees wax. It's a cosmetic product. Bees wax. It helps in keeping your skin moisturized. It is often used by surgeons after surgery because when they wash their hands with soap before surgery, they wash their hands with antibacterial soap and all. So it takes away the moisture from the hands. Then they use gloves and then they are in surgery for 4-5 hours and all. So that is why surgeons use beeswax to keep their hands moisturized. Okay? It's a cosmetic product. और क्या है? लेदर. लेदर गुड्स. प्रॉब्लम है लेदर में. बहुत प्रॉब्लम है ना लेदर में. पॉल्यूशन इज द बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम. हनी में क्या प्रॉब्लम है? चलो, अडल्ट्रेशन, रैम्पेंट अडल्ट्रेशन. ठीक है, adulteration with sucrose and fructose. There was a recent study of Down to Earth. Find about it. Research about the study on adulteration of honey, just for our own knowledge. Study on adulteration of honey. Okay. So honey adulteration with what? Sucrose and fructose. Bees में what is the problem with bees? Colony collapse disorder. CCD. Colony collapse disorder. What is it? You know, pesticides are sprayed on crops. ठीक है. You know, bees pollinate flowers and all. वहाँ से they make honey. So these pesticides and these microwaves, phone waves, phone signals, internet signals, they mess up with the radar of bees. Bees have a radar. They know where to go and all. They mess up with the radar of bees and bees don't reach flowers. Bees don't reach the tree. Bees go somewhere else only. They keep on wandering. Two things happen. One, they don't get food, they die. Second, pollination doesn't happen. If pollination doesn't happen, crops won't grow much because bees are excellent pollinators. If crops won't grow much, food will not come. If food will not come, it endangers the entire food security regime of the world, not India, world. Read about it in environment. Colony collapse disorder. GS3. ठीक है, colony collapse disorder, very big problem. CCD. समझा? Bees. What about fish? Fish में तो बहुत problem. Fish huge problems. First problem. Territorial disputes with Sri Lanka. Major problem. Our fishermen go in their waters, their fishermen come in our waters because we are so close. So fisheries are, it's a big problem. Second, weather information. Fishermen को storm आने वाला है, they don't know, and then they go in the seas. What happens? Third, good quality trawlers. Trawler होता है ना? Trawlers are boats with nets and all. Fourth, fishing nets catch turtles. Fishing के लिए net होता है ना? I hope you have seen the net they put and then they catch fishes. But turtles are also stuck. Turtles, I hope you know, not tortoise, turtles. Turtles are water based. Okay, they are also stuck. And sometimes only their hand is stuck and it gets pulled away. Now imagine how bad it is. Okay? So, fishing nets catch turtles. वो भी एक है. ठीक है? What else? Cold storage. सब जगह ये तो. What else? Environmental sustainability is a problem because fish खत्म हो गया तो fish ecosystem, in water ecosystem they play a major part, fishes. So environmental sustainability is a problem. Are you understanding this? Is it very easy, very simple, imaginable है? Right? What about processed fish? Have you ever eaten processed fish in India? Only fresh fish we eat. That's a big problem. Processed fish is a big industry in the Western world, but not in India. Western world mein it is a big industry, but India mein it is not that big. Okay? So processed fish industry is lacking. Processed fish industry underdeveloped. ठीक है, processed meat you must be seeing, we have sausages, then bacons, ham and all of that is all processed meat, that is not fresh meat, but processed fish very less. ठीक है, then fishing में और कोई तो I don't think there is any major problem. Major problems we have covered. Fish. और कौन बचता है? Diseases is common, but for milk, especially diseases is common. ठीक है? So it is common for many things. Diseases तो सब में ही आएगा for everyone. Now let us look at solutions. Now see, silk में the thing is कि it is very labor consuming. The issue is that this is labor consuming. So people don't engage in sericulture much, right? Wool हो गया, milk हो गया, meat हो गया, these are all there. What is the solution for this? The solution for this is 2 words. This reproduction वाला. Artificial insemination. Have you heard of it? Artificial insemination. So male sperm would be inseminated into females artificially and production would happen. Production means reproduction of baby cows would happen. Right? Recently in Bangladesh there was the world's smallest cow. It looks like a dog. Itna sa cow hai. It has some genetic change defects. So that is it. It's very cute. Look it up. Bangladesh में आया था. ठीक है, artificial insemination. It is known as artificial insemination. This is a solution. One more problem with, I am sure you will agree, one more for those who eat meat, one more problem with meat is antibiotics. Do you know this? To prevent diseases in meat, they inject it with antibiotics. Do you know what are antibiotics? They are highly powerful medicines which are given to cure infection and all. The one golden rule about antibiotics is that you should complete the course given by your doctor. वो होता है ना कि if doctor gives you 5 days medicine, then complete the course. Have you heard of this? Antibiotics में it is especially true. Why do you need to complete the course? Why do you think? Because resistance develops. If you don't complete it, your virus, your infection will get stronger. It is like slapping him 2-3 times and then going away. उसको मारना है ना आपको पूरा, खत्म करना है. Otherwise he'll come back stronger. That is antibiotics. So antibiotics are injected in meat. Who eats meat? We eat meat. Antibiotics are supplied in our stomach, or we consume antibiotics in the form of meat. Do you think that antibiotic is doctor prescribed? Do you think that antibiotic is full course for us? We don't have any infection, we don't need antibiotics, but still we become antibiotic resistant day by day by eating antibiotic laced meat. And what does that cause? Antibiotic resistance. So next time if you have an infection, if doctor prescribes you antibiotics, it will not do anything. ठीक ही नहीं होगे आप, you will not get recovered. समझा? This is why it is very, very, very crucial to take care of all these problems. And see, I hope you know इसका solution आप लिख सको. What is the solution for this? Antibiotic free meat should be promoted. Simple है वो. ठीक है? I am telling you the issues. बहुत issues. And if there are any technical solutions, एकदम specific solutions, then I am telling you technical solutions also. Artificial insemination and all of that. ठीक है? Did you like economics of animal rearing? What are the challenges of overall animal rearing sector? Overall, ये तो we went for specifics, right? Leather का क्या challenge है? Do you know what is leather challenges? Leather में क्या challenge है? Leather industries are heavily environment polluting. Environmental pollution बहुत ज़्यादा है, and more than that, ethical considerations. बराबर? You are using animal skin. More than that, forest laws. They don't allow you killing of animals, na? Forest laws. See, we are economists. We are not moralists here. We are not environmentalists here. Economically, these are the problems. Yes or no? Forest laws. Right? Sir, how can we remember all this and how can we be sure कि और कुछ नहीं छूटा है? There are many things there. These all will come in your reading as you read newspapers, as you read sources, materials. Okay? This is not comprehensive, but I have tried to make it as comprehensive as possible. ये मैंने दे दिया है. Now, what are the challenges faced by animal husbandry sector? What are the challenges faced by animal husbandry sector? What do you think? Low productivity. Everything. Very small scale. I mean, apart from milk, I don't think even milk may be 1 or 2 cows hai. So it is more or less sustainable for self-consumption, not for exports. Na? We do export because of large cooperatives we have. But every farmer should have more animals and every farmer should have more sources of diversification. Yes or no? What about credit? Paisa. Lack of access of credit. There are no organized markets in rural areas. Organized markets. Fish market. We say fish market. That is only one in one big area. I hope you know this. So organized markets are not there. Organized markets are not there. Very, very, very important. Very important. What do all animals eat? Grass, majorly grass. Is there more and more grass available in our country or less and less grass? Because we want to build buildings, roads, airports. ठीक है? Lack of pastures. For grazing, very important. Do you know you have to give food to animals, special food to animals also? Some kind of, वो लोग जो खाते वो देना पड़ता है. You cannot give rice and dal and all, ना? So animal feed, whatever protein, it is enriched with protein. So feed, animal feed. Animal feed is animal food basically. Animal feed, sometimes expensive, sometimes has antibiotics, and sometimes excess हो जाता है तो health of the animal is endangered. ज्यादा खिलाओगे in hope of more production तो नहीं चलेगा. ठीक है. Quality is lower, and most important, diseases. ये overall है, is applicable to everyone. These are the challenges of animal husbandry or animal rearing. Since they have used the word animal rearing, there is a branch in fisheries which you should know. Called aquaculture. Aquaculture. Do you know goldfish? So that is not eaten, but that is for aesthetic purposes. Aquaculture. You know those precious species of fish which are used in aquariums and all. Farmers can grow them also, goldfish and all, and can sell them. Aquaculture. Okay? Do you know there are some plants that grow in water, weeds, some seaweeds and all. Many cosmetics are made from those seaweeds. Farmer can grow them also if his farm is nearby a pond or something. There are so many options available. ठीक है? I will tell you a list of schemes, ठीक है, which we have for solving all these major problems. So we have a National Animal Disease Control Program. नाम में लिखा है क्या है? National Animal Disease Control Program. ठीक है? It is mainly for FMD and brucellosis. I hope you know FMD, foot and mouth disease. So we have National Animal Disease Control Program. Second, we have National Livestock Mission. ये सब आपके रीडिंग में आ जाएंगे. When you cover schemes specifically for prelims, these all will cover. These all will come. National Livestock Mission. ठीक है? I am skipping small schemes. There are a lot of small schemes, right? ठीक है? Fish. You have National Fisheries Policy. You have something called as Blue Revolution. Neel Kranti, Blue Revolution. Okay? National Fisheries Policy में ये लिखा है. So, see, this is for animal disease control. This is for overall production of increase in livestock production. This is for fisheries, obviously. This is for increasing export of fishes, increasing consumption of fishes, increasing production of fishes. This is for entire blue revolution, everything, aquaculture से लेके fisheries, inland fisheries, oceanic fisheries. This is a major, it's an umbrella scheme. ठीक है? ये current में आ जाएगा, don't worry about it. Fifth point or fifth scheme, we have not done food processing yet, right? So in food processing, we will cover one major scheme. There is only one major scheme in food processing. We will cover that in detail. Like we covered National Food Security Act. वैसा. There is a new scheme called Pradhan Mantri. It was released in 2020 only. Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. Matsya means fish. प्रधानमंत्री मत्स्य संपदा योजना, ठीक है, fish, it is for fish. So see, the main objective was to enhance fish production, to enhance fish exports, to double the income of fishermen, to reduce the losses, post harvest losses of fishes. Blue revolution है, सब कुछ है, ठीक है. Then we have something called as very old scheme called as Operation Flood. Operation Flood is for milk. I'll tell you the story behind it. We did not have milk production earlier. 50s, 60s mein we did not have milk production. Only one person is to be credited, Dr. Varghese Kurian. He said we need cooperative sector. So see, क्या था? Farmers have 1-2 cows, 1-2 cows, 1-2 cows. Milk production नहीं होगा. He said कि we will collect milk from every farmer. Let every farmer come together. We will collect milk together. We will process it on a large scale and then we will send it in India. Do you know Amul? It's the biggest cooperative in the world. ठीक है, milk cooperative, right? It is a cooperative. Do you know how Amul works? Amul में women work, individual farmers come with their milk. Amul buys individual milk from them. They aggregate it, they process it, they make products and then they sell. Personally, I am a fan of Amul products. They are very good and they are very cheap compared to other market alternatives. Be it ice cream, be it sweets. So if you go in Gujarat, there are Amul shops, Amul exclusive shops. यहाँ पे कम होंगे. Mumbai में there are many because nearby है, Gujarat, Maharashtra. Gujarat में there are many Amul shops which give Amul pizza, which give Amul sweets also, so Amul Rasgulla and all, which is not available here because they don't send it outside the state. They either export it directly or they. Do you know Amul chocolates, the new series of dark chocolates which has come? Different countries ke chocolates they have taken it. So good and very affordable compared to other brands. Operation Flood is for milk. Okay? So now it is said we need Operation Flood 2 because of increasing demand, because of population increase. So we need Operation Flood 2. So this is for milk. See, these all schemes would be covered by you. So aisa separately don't Google them. At the end of the year, if you don't know anything about this scheme, then you can read about it. कुछ छूट गया, कुछ बच गया तो. I'll give you one word, very interesting word. What is the meaning of this? TTOIR. Have you heard this word? ABBATTOIR. The place where meat is cut. Bulk में. Not your individual meat shops. The place where meat is brought, meat is cut, meat is cleaned and meat is sent in bulk. वो होते हैं ना big go down types where you know meat is cut on a large scale. Those are known as abattoirs. Now, reforming these are also required because these are unregistered, these are often unhygienic, these are often disease prone areas. In Mumbai, there are so many of such areas which are, you know, disease prone. They also contaminate the air, they also pollute the environment, water and all. So we need to regulate them. Okay, so our meat production would increase. Samjha? Total agricultural GDP, whatever is given by agriculture to our total economic GDP, 1/4 of that is contributed by animal husbandry. Okay, this is there in the yearbook, sorry, not yearbook, in the economic survey. Did you understand food security? Did you understand economics of animal rearing? Yes or no? Completely understood. Very good. Right? So we'll stop here. We'll end the lecture here. In the next lecture, we'll complete our agriculture syllabus. Kya remaining hai? Technology missions is remaining. Irrigation is remaining. We didn't cover irrigation in the last lecture. And mainly food processing. One lecture enough hai for that. When we cover food processing and all these things, 4, 5, 6. Did we leave anything? We did not leave. Entire thing we have covered. You have to read more about it. Definitely. This is not at all exhaustive. You have to read more about it. Right? Then we do small chapters. Chill chapters. Planning, poverty, unemployment. history of planning in India. Okay, we'll do something important like changes in industrial policy, point number 8, because that is very ignored point by the students. So I am going to separately do that. Inclusive growth, I will show you how to do it. Inclusive growth you will have to prepare on your own because it is a mix of your GS1 notes, GS2 notes, GS3 notes and GS4 notes. Inclusive growth na सब कुछ आता है उसमें. In GS3 also you will have environment notes also to be included there. But we will cover inclusive growth also in the random miscellaneous lecture, right? I wanted to show you some other past year questions also, prelims questions, but since we are going to do a series on YouTube, you can go there and you can see the same thing. ठीक है? Got it? Simple, easy enough to understand. Very good. So we'll stop here. Please keep on revising. Lot of content is given. Lot many things are there. Read about it. And we after the end of agriculture chapter, I want to take you through the economic survey chapter of agriculture. Once we cover the agriculture syllabus, everything, we'll see that chapter. एक बार go through करेंगे. I will be happy that yes, you know things. Right? Let us stop here. I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you.